Hey guys, welcome back to Walking with Jesus Daily. We are in day 29, which I think is day 15 in the chronological order. This is the milk. So we're going to read the verses. This is Matthew chapter 2. We're going to start in verse 13. We're going to end in verse 18. This is not a very fun reading, but we're going to read through it. We'll talk it through, and if you want more detailed conversation, then head to the meat afterwards. This is picking up right where we left off, okay, where the wise men had come. This is probably a year or two after Jesus was born, and they left these incredible gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold for a king, frankincense for a god, and myrrh for a burial. And it says in verse 12, and being warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed to their own country by another way. So this is the wise men departing away. And it says this, now in verse 13. Now when they had departed, behold, I should have said departed. Behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream again, and said, Rise, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you. For Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him. What a crazy dream. Now, if Joseph hadn't already had a vision or a dream where an angel visited him and told him not to be afraid to take Mary as his wife, in this one, we have that the wise men have departed. They've gone the opposite way. They have probably spreading this great news, this good news of great joy, I like to put it that way, to everyone they come across. We're hoping, anyway, and we don't know how many there were. So, it says that an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. I don't know what that looks like, because obviously it's never happened to me, but very curious. But anyway, the angel of the Lord appears to Joseph in a dream and tells him, you got to get out of here. Take the child and his mother. So both Jesus and Mary, take them both, and he says flee. Now when I hear the word flee, I kind of move with what the word they like to use here is haste, right? Quickly, let's go. We got to get out of here. And it says, remain there until I tell you. I want you to stay in Egypt. So first you left Nazareth. Now you're building up a home in Bethlehem, but you thought you were going to be in Nazareth. Now you're building up a home in Bethlehem, and I'm telling you to go to Egypt. So you're going to pack up in the middle of the night and go. Like, I don't know. So he says, rise up now and go. Right after the wise men left. I don't know why this is the way it is. I like to think that he has a little bit more warning, but that's not the way this is. That's not the way this is done. It's get up and go. Sometimes God calls us to get up and go, and we don't have a warning. We need to be ready to obey him in whatever way that is. So get up and go. Why? Because Herod is coming to destroy your son. And this is what it says in verse 14. And he rose and took the child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt. So they left that night. He got up, grabbed Mary and Jesus, and they took off in the middle of the night. I do not know what that would be like, but I imagine Mary would have a lot of questions. I imagine Jesus would probably still be sleeping, and they just kind of carry him along. I don't know. I don't know what they have. What did they do with the gold and the frankincense and the myrrh? Did this happen immediately after? It just says when they had departed, so after they were there. So I don't know. We just know these things are happening, right? Okay. And then it says this. And he rose and took the child and his mother by night and departed to Egypt, and remained there until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Out of Egypt I called my son. So they're heading to Egypt. They're going to stay there until they're told to leave. And that time was when Herod died. He was no longer probably obsessed with this anymore. And we'll find out how much this meant to Herod here in just a moment as we read these next couple verses, because Herod was not going to have anybody take his throne. It says this: Then Herod, when he saw that he had been tricked by the wise men, when he found out that they didn't come back to him, that they went a different direction, became furious. And he sent and killed all the male children in Bethlehem and in all that region who were 2 years old or under, according to the time that he had ascertained from the wise men. Herod is losing it. He's so angry, he's just going to not take a chance. He's going to kill them all. And nobody knows that they're coming. Imagine being in the service of Herod and being told you have to go household to household and kill every male 2 years and under. My mind starts to wonder, like, how do they know how old the kids are? And it doesn't really matter. This is very sad. That's what this is. So, not just in Bethlehem, but it says in the surrounding area. This is so sad. This is not something we should just take lightly. He doesn't like to be tricked. He gets mad. To get mad, he's going to get even. Fine. You won't tell me where he is? That's okay. I'll kill them all. Why does God allow this to happen is what we scream out in our hearts. Like, why all this pain, all this suffering for all these families? See, he got the time right from asking them when they had seen the star first. With his scribes and with chief priests, and I wonder how they feel about this. I wonder, well, we'll go into this more in the meat, but just kind of picture this, right? I mean, Joseph's getting told in the middle of the night, you got to go, take your wife and go, because the wise men had just departed. So the wise men leave. They're not trying to trick him, or I guess they tricked him or whatever. They didn't do what he asked. He's the king. Furious, throws a fit, kill them all. And it says this: Then was fulfilled what was spoken by the prophet Jeremiah. How sad is this, that this was a prophecy? Why was this a prophecy? Why would God want a bunch of 2-year-old baby boys to be slaughtered? Why would he want families to go through that? God didn't create evil, though. He created good. Why can't something good be done here in its place? It says, a voice was heard in Ramah, weeping and loud lamentation. Rachel weeping for her children. She refused to be comforted because they are no more. Guys, got a short one today. You're lucky. I'll see you in the meet if you want to join me.